Strong University Supremos, you're facing your ADAMSON University Soaring Falcons. Let's meet the starting fives for your both teams, beginning with your Soaring Falcons of ADAMSON University. At guard, number 18, CJ O'Malley. At guard, number 25, Kenji Kanyete. At forward, number 27, Gian Sikat. At forward, number 4, JR Abayon. And at center, number 9, Jonah Precious. Head coach, Nash Rastella. Acting intern coach, Will Magbuhay. And now for your MCU Supremos. At guard, number 8, Rafael Perhis. At guard, number 24, Ralph Tadeo. At forward, number 1, JR Guevara. At forward, number 15, Mark Gabieta. And at center, number 23, Benjamin C. Head coach, Ian Racela. It's game time!
We are back here at the Hoop Spirit Basketball Court at the heart of the Chinatown of Quezon City, Banaue for our second game between the MCU Supremos and the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons on day 2 of the MLQ-ICBL. Coach Chris King de la Cruz po nagdadala ng aksyon sa inyo kasama si Sheska Botin, our courtside reporter. MCU Supremos going with Rafael Perhis, Ralph Tadeo, JR Guevara, Mark Gabieta, and Benj C. And the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, meanwhile, sasandig kay CJ Umali, Kenji Kanyete, Gian Sikat, JR Abayon, and Jonah Precious. Coach Ian Racela at the helm of MCU, while Will Mangubat will be calling the shots for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons for today. Corner 3 by Mark Gabieta, no go. Jonah Precious inside against Benj C. Was buttered there on that short stab underneath. Less than a minute gone by here at our opening quarter. Rafael Perhis, strong drive. He will score the first points of MCU, going 2-0. Again, para po sa ating mga manonood, meron po tayong pa-contest later. Meron po kaming tanong na ifa-flash later. At meron po kayong pagkakataon na manalo ng 500 pesos worth of GCash na tumataginting. Jonah Precious fouled on that last offensive sequence, and his first free throw is off. Coach Nas Racela won't be able to coach here today for ADAMSON. Ganda sana ng labanan nito, no? Racela versus Racela. As John Ray Abayon gets the hoop and the harm on the strong drive on the baseline, he will have a chance for a 3-point play as he tied the ball game at 2 apiece. Three-two is out as John Ray Abayon sank that bonus free throw. MCU running their offense. Perhis, 3-point shot too wide by John Guevara. Perhis, fancy pass, no go, but he was there to get his own miss. So make it 4-3 for the Supremos of MCU. 8 minutes, 9 seconds remaining at the opening quarter of our second game. Para sa mga malalapit lang po dito sa venue, punta na po kayo. Pwede pong manood dito ng live. Libre lang po ang ating admission. ADAMSON, 3-point shot, won't go for Sildian Sikat. MCU. Perhis tries to recycle the offense. Gets the shield from bench C. Baseline jumper off for Mark Gabieta. Ball will stay at the hands of the white shirts. Pasok ngayon JR Katubag. Tadeo, 3-point shot, no go for MCU. Sikat, binigay kay Kenji Cañete. Sikat thought of the three, but he would be fouled driving to the basket by Benj C. Itong programa ng MCU, no? Natandaan ko 2 taong gulang ito. And it was conceived by Coach Ian Rosella being appointed as the head coach in 2023 in preparation para sa kanilang pagsali sa kanilang mother league na UCAL. At ngayon po, ifa-flash na natin ang ating mahiwagang katanungan para sa ating mga live viewers. May chance po kayong manalo ng 500 pesos worth ng GCash. Ang tanong, sino ang founder ng Mqaa? Letter A, Arjo Atayde. Letter B, Gab Atayde. Para po manalo, sundin nyo lang po ang format na to sa pagsagot sa inyong comment section. I-comment ang inyong pangalan, address, contact number at ang kasagutan kasama ang hashtag Mqaa-ICBL. Again, para po sa mga gustong sumali, i-comment lang po ang inyong pangalan, address, contact number at ang kasagutan kasama ang hashtag Mqaa-ICBL. Rafael Perhis making that shot to make it 6-4. Kenji Cañete loses the handle. MCU on the attack. Raul Tadeo will go all the way to make it 8-4. MCU looking good at this point of the ball game. 6 minutes and change in the opening quarter. Sikat gives it up to Jonah. Jonah, reverse layup, hits the side iron, but he would be fouled on that play underneath. Zahir Sahili checking in for Adamson, while Benj C will sit in favor of Ranideb Sinbulan. Benj C getting some pointers from the coaching staff of MCU. Jonah, second free throw, too strong. Raul Tadeo signaling the play para sa mga bataan ni Coach Ian, but he loses the handle on that crossover move. Traveling violation against Matt Erolon, rather Crisel Umali. Five minutes, 23 seconds remaining in the second. Tadeo wants to try his move, getting a shield, but again loses the handle. MCU recycled offense. Perhis throws up a prayer, hits the side iron. Offensive rebound MCU, but there was Jonah underneath to shut the door on MCU's offense. 5 minutes and change remaining. Tuloy-tuloy lang ang ikot ng tao ni Coach Ian Rosella. Daniel Santelices pumasok na rin para sa MCU. Santelices top of the key 3-point shot, no go. That's his range. Adamson now on offense. Sahili, 3-point shot, no go. Perhis all the way, but that was too strong. Cross-court pass, no one there. Miscommunication by the Adamson Soaring Falcons on that last play. Mukhang meron yatang 6-man na nakita dun sa gilid. Turnover by Adamson. They trail by 3 points, 8-5 at this opening quarter. MCU, Simbulan. Give and go. Bothered by the defense of Adamson. And Zahili will finish for Adamson to make it 8-7. Isa na lamang po ang hinahabol ng Adamson. Kenji Cañete and Lance Mangaron checking back in for Adamson. And we have our first report for this ball game. Cheska, ano ang ibabalita mo sa amin?
University's acting coach, Coach Will Magbuhos, his focus for this game isn't just about winning. It's also about development. What he's really looking forward to is seeing how his players can grow and what areas they can still improve on. Coach Will also added that he is placing his trust into the seniors, which are Cañete and Sikat. He said that they are the ones who will be guiding their juniors. He also mentioned that this league serves as a refresher as they prepare for bigger leagues. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Cheska Botin, on that report for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Tama nga naman, si Sikat, si Cañete, they're the seniors of this team, and some of the players here are waiting on the wings para makapaglaro sa kanilang Team A. And they will be needing the guidance of their two kuyas, si Sikat at si Kenji Cañete. And this is a refresher, tama nga naman, binibigay ng MLQ-ICBL para sa kanila para makapaghanda sa kanilang main league. And for our second game today, anggitin ko lang ating mga officials, Elaine Sabere, Rafael Delmar, and Daddy George Bulusan. Adamson on the offensive. Cañete. Balik sa kanyang bola. 2 minutes 20 seconds remaining. Cañete, one-on-one move. Drains the jumper. See the maturity of Kenji Cañete, waiting patiently on that offensive sequence. Atubag. Miscommunication there. And Adamson will go all the way with Lance Mangaron with that layup. 5-point lead now for the Soaring Falcons, 13-8. Hoson gives it to Santelices for 3. Cuts the lead down to only 2 points. And De Jesus, or rather Binsuwico, losing the handle. Hoson calling the play. Miscommunication. Kita natin yung cohesiveness ng MCU medyo in question pa. But that time, Katubag was there at the right place at the right time underneath for that short stab to tie the ball game up to 13 all. 56 seconds remaining in the first period. Zahili. Strong drive to the hoop by Lance Manganron will result to a foul. Lance Manganron has been a factor here for Adamson, making some good plays, making his first free throw. (14-13) is our count. Baluyot checks in for Coach Ian Rosella. Onyegirl Ondiba, the foreign student athlete of MCU checks in to the ball game with the 46 seconds remaining. Hoson goes inside. Baluyot, extra pass with a jam for Ondiba. 28 seconds. Again, MCU relentless on defense. 2 straight baskets. Ano naman kay Santelices on that move. Pressure defense mounting here for MCU, but their over-eagerness results to a foul. Santelices committing that foul, but MCU will send a soaring Falcon to the free throw line as they are now in penalty situation. Again, Lance Manganron on the free throw line, scoring again for the soaring Falcons. "15 seconds remaining. Can the MCU end the first quarter with a bang? 10 seconds. Hoson against Kenji Cañete. 5 seconds. Hoson goes to the left. Kicks it out. Santelices for 3. No go. And time will run out for MCU. We are tied at 17 apiece at the end of the opening quarter. We'll be back to start the second. And we are back here at the second game of the Mqaa-Icbl, live here at the Hope Spirit Basketball Court at Banawe, Quezon City. Coach Chris King de la Cruz po nagdadala ng aksyon sa inyo. Kasama si Shes Cabotin. We are tied at 17 all to begin the second quarter. Precious Jonah draining that mid-range jumper. Big guy has a soft touch. 10 feet away. De la Cruz. Cabiete. And traveling violation will be called against Ismael Rimo. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, this MCU squad of Coach Ian Rosella, nearly 2 years old, has been showing that they're a force to reckon with sa kanilang mother league, the UCAL. They finished a decent 6 in their last season and their first season. De la Cruz, Mangaron, what a hustle being shown here by Lance Manganron, reducing turnover, and De La Cruz was baited to a foul there. Lance Manganron proving his worth. Rafael Perhis balik na ngayon sa panig ni Coach Ian Racela. And turnover by Adamson. Quick 2 points by De La Cruz for MCU again. Tying the ball game at 19 apiece. 8 minutes 13 seconds remaining. Second quarter of our second game for today. Precious Manganron. Give and go. Jonah Precious making that defense of MCU collapse underneath. Wala nang nagawa doon ang mga sentro ni Coach Ian Racela. Quickness of Jonah Precious being shown there. De La Cruz goes left. Iwan ang bantay. But Remo was there on the weak side for the follow-up. Tying things again to 21 apiece. Adamson gives it underneath. Anything but the basket that time. Remo, strong move, extra pass. But there was a foul by Jonah. Smothered there underneath, but referees seeing otherwise. There was a foul. Mark Gabieta at the line, recipient of that hard foul. Mark Gabieta seeing there being shellacked by Precious Jonah, missing that free throw. 2 free throws missed by Mark Gabieta. Adamson again, relying on their seniors, Cañete and Sikat. 2-man game inside. Precious Jonah against bench C underneath, and he will be fouled. Nice pivot move there by Precious Jonah. Letting us see his sound footwork and quickness. First free throw is good. Lifting Adamson Soaring Falcons to 1-point lead. Again, second free throw. 1 out of 2 for Precious Jonah. Rafael Perhis gives it to bench C. 6 minutes 40 seconds remaining. 3-point shot, no go. Second chance opportunity. Remo inside. Turnaround jumper is good. Don't look now. MCU leads Adamson by 1 point. Pressure defense 23-22. And yun na nga sinasabi ko. Pressure defense creating turnovers for Adamson, or rather MCU. 8-second backcourt violation. And we have a timeout. Coach Ian Racela gustong mag-usapan ang mga pangyayari sa kanyang kupunan. Lamang sila 23-22. 6 minutes 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Lamang po ang MCU Supremos 23-22. Galing po sa isang timeout and give and go for MCU. On Dinba was fouled, taking that shot by Precious Jonah. Second team foul now for Adamson. Odinanba. First free throw. He has 3 points kanina. Meron siyang dunk. Second free throw. Too strong but bench. He was there again. Missing point blank. Sahili Cañete. Too many steps. Those turnovers taking a toll against Adamson. Rafael Perhis gives it to Benchi on top. 5 minutes 40 seconds remaining. Odinanba. Balik kay De La Cruz. Switch against a bigger Precious Jonah. Will create a turnover in favor of Adamson. Good defense there. Switch defense by Precious Jonah on the smaller De La Cruz. Kita natin yung quickness nitong si Precious Jonah, the foreign student athlete of Adamson, being a factor here. Kahit medyo underman sila against this MCU squad, they're still on the fight, trailing only by 2 points. At bola babalik sa kamay ng Adamson, MCU Supremos. Nabati natin Risk Cartel. Papasalamat tayo sa suporta. Inasal Republic and Congressman Arjo Atayde. Benchi providing that shield for Rafael Perez. Odinaba driving strong again. Precious. Sumobra lang ang gigil dun. Good defense by Precious Jonah. 3-point shot. Wow. Precious Jonah showing us his range. And what a block there on the defensive end. Papakitang gilas itong si Precious Jonah sa atin. 3-point shot on the offensive end. Pagbalik, bumaba ka agad sa depensa. Blocking the shot inside. And creating the turnover for the possession now for Adamson University. Meron na po tayong dalawang panalo or dalawang nanalo sa ating palaro. No? Sa question number 1 natin for the second game, ang una pong nanalo ay si June A. Versosa Jr. Okay, ang answer niya letter A. And si John Vienneri. Okay, ang answer ay letter A, Arjo Atayde. Sino ang founder ng MQAA? Letter A, Arjo Atayde. June Versosa and John Vienneri, hintayin nyo po ang kokontak sa inyo para ma-receive ninyo ang 500 pesos worth ng GCash. At abangan po natin, second half. Meron po tayong pangalawang tanong para sa mga gusto pong manalo ng 500 pesos worth ng GCash. 3.5 minutes remaining here at the second quarter. John Guevara for MCU trooping the line. Kanina pa problema sa first game itong free throws, no? John Guevara 0 out of 1. Adamson now trying to create on offense. Manganron. Precious Jonah, he can hit it from there, but turns the ball over. That was Mark Gabieta who went all the way with the left hand to push MCU by 2, 27-25. 2 minutes 50 seconds remaining here. in the second quarter. Second game of this doubleheader. MCU leading against Adamson. Precious Jonah, sidestep, move, too strong off the board. Ralph Tadeo will go all the way, but he will be fouled. That's a charge called against Ralph Tadeo. Coach Ian Rosella's main guy. Ngayon papasok na si Darrell Garcia para sa MCU. Still holding on to that 2-point lead, 27-25 with 2.5 minutes and change remaining in the second quarter. Manganron, Sahili. Upo muna ngayon si Precious Jonah. Pagkakataon ng MCU, no? Operate inside. Manganron, 3-point shot. Kumilya sa kanan. Perhis, rather MJ Hoxon, and there will be a blocking foul called. Basket will count for MJ Hoxon. That's a 3-point play opportunity. And may ikikwento sa atin si Cheska Botin. Cheska, ano ang balita mo sa atin as Guevara gets that hoop and harm?
Yes, Coach Ian Rosella of MCU shared that this season marks a restart for his team, and for good reason. With the departure of key players from the past team and months have passed, his team is now moving forward with different players and different game styles. Coach Ian also mentioned that he formed this team back in 2023. He admits that they haven't proven anything yet and they are still working on doing the things as the usual, which is practicing harder and harder every day. Kaya naman, they are very hungry for that long-awaited win. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Cheska Botin, as Darrell Garcia drains that corner three to make it a 9-point lead for MCU. 34-25 against the Adamson Soaring Falcons. I agree with what Cheska said earlier. I was a witness dito sa pagbuo ng team ni Coach Ian and attended his first practices 2 years ago, and kahit papano, no, ang laki na ng in-improve ng team ni Coach Ian. But that time, they lost the ball, turned it over, and there was a foul. Kenji Cañete driving strong off that steal. Katubag was the culprit. Coach Ian, no, making a steady as a coach, no, at the helm of this MCU squad. Na 2 years pa lang ay kahit papano perform strong sa kanilang mother league and the other leagues that they have been playing in the past few months. They're leading 33-26 against Adamson. De La Cruz, one of the new players of Coach Ian. 3-point shot. De La Cruz hits the side iron that time. 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Kenji Cañete against the relentless defense of MJ Hoxon. 30 seconds. Adamson creating the play. 3-point shot will be short. And MCU has a chance to make the last play. MJ Hoxon being signaled to be patient. 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. MJ Hoxon, that's his range. Serving the field. Goes right. Goes left. kicks it out. 3-point shot. No go. And that would be it for our first half of play. MCU Supremos up 33-26 against the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Babalik po kami dito sa Hoops Spirit Basketball Court para sa pagpapatuloy ng second half ng MLQ-ICBL after the halftime break. At the half, 33-26 lamang po ang MCU Supremos laban sa ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. And let's watch some highlight plays that we have during the first half of this second game for day 2 of the MLQ-ICBL. That was the first game, Diliman versus Villagers Montessori College, which was won big by Diliman earlier in the day. Villagers bringing the fight, but Diliman College was too much for them to handle. Diliman making a statement game earlier, playing with fluidity, taking advantage of their height, half speed, outside shooting. Meanwhile, Villagers Montessori College showing that they belong here. Medyo magkaroon lang talaga ng mga first game jitters for this game. And we're very sure that they'll be back stronger on the next playing date. As we now start the third quarter of our game at hand. 33-26 lamang po ang MCU. Jonah Precious spearheading the cause for ADAMSON with 8 points in the first half. At para naman sa mga bataan ni Coach Ian Rosella, Rafael Perhis nangunguna sa pag-atake with 6 points as Benj C missing on that turnaround left-handed layup. ADAMSON on the attack, but traveling violation against Kenji Cañete. Pangalawa na niyan. Karoon na siya kanina during the first half. Those turnovers pumuputol sa momentum ng paghahabol nitong ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. Ralph Tadeo being given the start again here by Coach Ian Rosella. Per his 3-point shot, too strong. Precious Jonah grabbing that rebound. 8.5 minutes remaining in the third. Kick out pass. ADAMSON. Precious Jonah. Screen and roll. No go. Quick pass inside is good for ADAMSON. CJ Umali on that short stop underneath. Tadeo being hounded by Kenji Cañete. Nowhere to go. Gives it up. Tadeo recycling the offense. Bench C. Screen and roll. Oh, he loses the pass. Masyadong mababa yung pasa ni Ralph Tadeo. Precious Jonah against 3 white shirts. Walang nagawa doon ng defenders ng MCU Supremo. Precious Jonah was able to weather that storm, scoring underneath to make it just a 3-point deficit, 33-30. Benj C on top against Precious Jonah. Benj C at the post, gives it up. Simbulan, short stab, no go. Masyadong malakas. Kenji Cañete. And he will be called for an offensive foul. Binabad yung kanyang siko, no? Pag-angat, ibinaba yung siko, and that will be a charging foul. Kenji Cañete. 2 consecutive turnovers. Kanina, traveling violation. Ngayon naman, offensive foul. And now, para sa pangalawang tanong, para sa mga gustong manalo po ng 500 pesos worth of GCash. Sinong player ng MCU ang player na din ng District Warriors? A. De La Cruz. B. Perhis. Again, sinong player ng MCU ang player din ng District Warriors? Letter A. De La Cruz. Letter B. Perhis. Para sa mga gustong manalo ng 500 pesos worth ng GCash, i-comment ang inyong pangalan, address, contact number, at ang kasagutan, yung letter ng inyong kasagutan, at hashtag Mqaa-Icbl. Okay? Abangan po namin ang inyong mga kasagutan at hintayin po namin ang inyong comment para i-announce po namin ang mga mananalo. ADAMSON now on the offensive. At speaking of ADAMSON, meron po tayong balita galing kay Cheska Botin.
In the heat of the battle, striking hard for that win, Coach Ian Rosella of MCU is focused on keeping the team composed and consistent. With MCU currently leading the game, his instructions are clear: stay stable and continue playing the way they've been playing. On the other side, si Coach Will Magbuhos of ADAMSON University naman is pushing his players to strive harder, encouraging them to shoot those threes. Kita rin natin ang tension sa players but despite the nerves, they remain ready to fight until the final buzzer. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Jessica Botin, for that report for both teams. Second half, nagsimula, mukhang tiyanian tayo ng puntos dito. MCU stock at 33 points. And Adamson slowly climbing through but medyo nai-interrupt yung kanilang momentum, but Precious Jonah is on the free throw line, makes his first para dumikit lamang ng 2 puntos, 33-31. Gabiete taking that rebound off that missed free throw. MJ Hawson gives it to Perhis, corner 3, no go. Gabieta, second chance opportunity for MCU is good. 5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining, lamang ng 4 ang MCU Supremos. Kenji Cañete thought of the 3. Sikat gives it back to Kenji Cañete. 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. Adamson being patient. Precious Jonah running out of time. Shot clock violation for Adamson. Again, another turnover, disrupting the momentum of Adamson in this fight back. MJ Hawson calling the play for Coach Ian Racelas, MCU Supremos. Perhis. That pass was too strong. Turnover for MCU. Hindi pa nagkakaamo yan yung mga seniors at juniors na players ni Coach Ian Racela. Medyo may mga communication problems pa with the system, and now defensively, his 2 senior players conniving on that play. MJ Hawson Nick Baluyot, and 3-point shot by Umali para ilapit ang Adamson. 37-34. 3 minutes, 47 seconds remaining. Third quarter. Santelices, second 3-point shot. Sa bawat binibitawan ng Adamson, may panagot ang MCU. Ito na, Precious Jonah sumasagot para sa Adamson. Only a 4-point deficit na hinahabol nila. 36-40. Manganron, relentless on defense. Manganron has been a steady factor here for Adamson, showing his hustle even though they're undermanned. Talagang pinapakita niya na yung effort, no, on both ends of the floor. There will be a review by our officials. On that last play, binabati natin ating mga kaibigan sa District 1 of Quezon City, and also mga officials natin for this ball game: Elaine Subere, Rafael Dermar, and Daddy George Bulusan. Possession will be discussed here by our 3-man official as both teams went back to their respective benches. Challenge was successful for Adamson, and they will retain possession with 3 minutes 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Inasal Republic, Tatak Ilonggo, pinapasalamatan din natin. Congressman Arjo Atayde, the brainchild of this league, MLQ-ICBL. Hoxon skying high for that rebound for MCU. Katubag waiting at the middle. Baluyot, Gabieta, Santelices, another 3-point shot from the corner. It's good. Santelices, tatlong 3-point shots na ang naibubuslo sa larong ito to make it 43-36 MCU. Good screen there provided by Mark Gabieta. And he will sit down for a well-deserved rest tong si Mark Gabieta. Baluyot and Santelices, parehong kamador from the outside. Sabay na naglalaro on the floor for Coach Ian Rosella. Hoxon uses the screen, 3-point shot off his own, too wide. Heat check there for the players of Coach Ian Rosella. Alala to settle down. They hold a 7-point lead with 2 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter of our second game.
Pushing foul number 2, Ralph Baluyot.
There's a foul. Second team foul for MCU. Adamson on the offensive. Kanina po, Diliman College winning big against Villagers Montessori College 94-48. As Adamson commits another turnover, inbounds violation. 1 minute 51 seconds remaining. 7-point lead by MCU. MJ Hoxon. Hoxon. Floater against Precious Jonah. Jonah tapping that ball. Adamson throwing that possession. Santelices, 3-point shot. Yes! Pang-apat na 3-point shot na ni Gabriel Santelices to make it a 10-point lead for MCU, 46-36. The hot hand of Gabriel Santelices bringing MCU this 10-point lead. MJ Hoxon steadying his troops. Santelices talagang markado na. Give and go. No go for Katubag. Kenji Cañete gives it to Precious Jonah. Reverse layup. Won't go, but he was fouled. He has a chance for 2 free throws. Precious Jonah, the driving force of Adamson in the first half, seems to be tired. This guy has proven to be the anchor of this team for this game, together with Lance Manganron. First free throw is good. Pinabati din natin mga friends natin from Risk Cartel. Salamat sa inyong suporta sa ligang ito, MLQ-ICBL. 1 out of 2 on that trip to the line, si Precious Jonah. And offensive foul will be called against Mark Gabieta. An illegal screen. Second personal foul for Mark Gabieta. 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Manganron. Kenji Cañete from the corner. No go. 16 seconds. MCU was sloppy on that Possession turnover turned into points. 46-39. 6 seconds remaining. Baluyot. Manganron bothering him. Last touch. Baluyot with 2.4 seconds remaining. Adamson would want to make sure to convert for this 2.4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back. We are back with 2.4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Adamson with the possession. Full court inbound pass. Kenji Cañete wide on that half court shot. And we will end the third quarter with MCU leading against Adamson University 46-39. And we start the fourth quarter of the second game today at the Hoop Spirit basketball court for the Manuel L. Quezon Intercollegiate Basketball League. Again, Coach Chris King de la Cruz po calling the games today together with Cheska Botin, our courtside reporter. MCU still leading 46-39 against Adamson. Adamson on the offensive, trying their best to just keep themselves within striking distance. Baseline drive. Gusto sanang mag-draw and kick ng Adamson with Precious Joe na cutting in the middle, but nabasa kagad sila ng depensa ng MCU. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Cañete, 3-point shot, too wide. MCU on the offensive, or rather on the offensive now. Rafael Perhis using the screen. Ralph Tadeo, binalik na rin ni Coach Ian Rosella for the fourth quarter. Benj C. Short stab, no go there for Randrev Simbulan. Jonah all the way. Lamang ng MCU trimmed down to only 5 points. 46-41. Well, Ralph Tadeo. Shake and bake move to make it again a 7-point lead for MCU, but Adamson is back on the offensive. Quick 2 points. Sahili with the 2 points. Bench C hands it off to Ralph Tadeo. Tadeo against Sahili. Baseline drive. Simbulan. Inagawa ng bola on the air. Precious Jonah. And there will be a foul called. Zahir Zahili has a chance. And may kwento uli sa atin si Cheska habang hinihintay ang free throw ni Zahid Zahili. Cheska.
Fourth quarter, Coach Will Magbuas of Adamson University is intensely strategizing as his team tries to close the gap against MCU. Adamson is still chasing the lead, doing everything they can to catch up. It's been a close match all throughout, so the big question now is, sino nga ba ang makakapag-uwi ng panalo ngayong hapon? Back to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Cheska Botin. Ang tanong sino talagang mananalo? 3 puntos lamang ang tangan-tangan na kalamangan ng MCU, 48-45. And Adamson really hustling their way, and Kenji Cañete will go all the way off that turnover by MCU. 48-47. Isa na lang po ang hinahabol ng Adamson. Ralph Tadeo. Bench C. High looping. But there was Randreb Simbulan saving the day for Coach Ian Racelas MCU Supremos to make it again a 3-point lead. 50-47. 7 minutes 15 seconds. Wild shot there by Adamson. Perhis. Corner 3. Ralph Tadeo. Patay ang butike. Adamson gives it to Precious Jonah. There was a foul. Precious Jonah. See there. Nakikita natin yung sportsmanship ni Precious Jonah, no? Talagang binuhat niya yung pumaul sa kanya. Yan talagang pinopromote din ng MLQ-ICBL, yung harmony among players sa paglalaro. And mananalo po ang pangalawang GCash worth 500 pesos for our second question, si Justin Tariela. Okay, ang sagot niya letter B. So Justin Tariela, abangan mo na lang ang tawag ng ating mga staff dito sa MLQ-ICBL para sa pag-claim ng iyong 500 pesos worth na GCash. Dito sa MLQ-ICBL, manood ka lang, mananalo ka pa So, nood na. Missed dunk there by Precious Jonah, but he was flexing his muscles on that hoop and arm. Precious Jonah carrying on his shoulders this Adamson team. Game is now tied 50 apiece. Kanina 7 na yan Medyo nanlamya yung mga bata ni Coach Ian Racela. In the fourth quarter, with this fight back being shown to them by Adamson, with Precious Jonah headlining that fight back, but missed that free throw. Those missed free throws can be the momentum stopper for either teams. MCU must check on their shot selection. Take those higher percentage shots. MJ Hoson balik na together with Gabieta. Gabieta going left, turning around, and the circus shot won't go, but he was fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. And let's see our first half highlights for this second game. MCU, Rafael Perhis spearheading the attack together with Ralph Tadeo, the reliables of Coach Ian Razela. Para naman sa parte ng Adamson, Precious Jonah with that block shot anchoring the defense and offense of Adamson together with Kenji Cañete, one of the veterans of this team. Sinasandigan ngayon ng Adamson, and Maranyon, the hustle guy for Adamson, and Santelices, who drained 4 3-point shots, still sitting on the bench right now with 6 minutes 25 seconds remaining. Ball game is tied 50 apiece. MJ Hoson thought of the three. Nabieta, shake and bake. What a pass there. JM Katubag to Ismael Rimo. 52-50. MCU 6 minutes and change. Mahaba-haba itong oras na ito. Jonah, he can shoot from that range as he has drained a triple earlier. Unselfish basketball by MCU, but that was read very well by the defense of Precious Jonah. Coach Ian Razela has seen enough. They will call a timeout. They're up 52-50 against Adamson. And we are back after that timeout by Coach Ian Razela and the MSCU Supremos, aligning their game plan as they hold a slim 2-point lead, 52-50, with 5 minutes 48 seconds remaining. Let's see anong magiging bunga ng timeout ni Coach Ian dito sa opensiba ng MCU. Gabieta was supposed to flash from the inside, and there was a kickball violation. Santelices binalik na rin dito ni Coach Ian. MJ Hoson goes left, thinking about taking a three. Corner three, no go. Gabieta, offensive rebound. Santelices, the hot hand, gives it to MJ Hoson against Maranyon. Hoson goes right, but he would be fouled on the way to the basket. Adamson giving MCU opportunities to score, giving up those offensive rebounds. Won't really help their cause with 5 minutes 27 seconds remaining, and that can be a game changer. Precious Jonah again coming back after resting for a while. MJ Hoson, Gabieta providing that shield. Step back three, short, but Gabieta was there at the right place at the right time for the follow-up, cleaning the mess for MCU Supremos, and MJ Hoson stealing that ball. 3-on-2, Santelices 3-point shot. Not that time. He had already 4 for the ball game. Talaga maghihiyawan na tayo pag naipasok pa ni Santelices yun. 4 minutes 46 seconds remaining. MJ Hoson, unselfish play Katubag with that undergo stab. And don't look now, MCU. Unti-unti na pong lumalayo. 56-50. Sikat misses on that jumper. Precious Jonah scramble for the rebound. And Rafael Perhis will check back in. Papalitan niya si Guevara. Adamson retaining possession. Manganron, quick pass to Sahiri. Hindi nagkaamo yan dun yung interior defense ng MCU. Knockout play para ilapit ang Adamson to only 4 points, 56-52. Santelices finding the hole on defense. Perhis fakes that three, gives it up. But Katubag wasn't ready to receive that pass. 3 minutes 54 seconds remaining in this ball game. 3 seconds on the shot clock for MCU. Play number 4 ang tinatawag ni Coach Ian. Turnover now for MCU as they failed to create on that offensive with 3 minutes 52 seconds remaining. Halos di nagalaw ang ating score, ang ating oras. Chance now for Adamson to inch their way closer. 4 lamang itong hinahabol nila. Forward pass. Sahili gives it to Precious Jonah. He can shoot from out there. Give and go pass. Jonah reverse, no go. And bola babalik sa kamay ng MCU Supremos with 3 minutes 28 seconds remaining. Precious Jonah appealing to our officials. And we will have a review. There's a coach's challenge for Adamson contesting that last possession. Let's see. Pinabati natin Inasal Republic, Tatak Ilonggo. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta. Risk Cartel and our founder, the brainchild of this league, the heart and soul of this league, Mqaa-Icbl, Congressman Arjo Atayde. Challenge unsuccessful as MCU now with the possession with 3 minutes 23 seconds remaining. 18 seconds on the shot clock for MCU. Perhis gives it to Gabieta. Gabieta faking the pass. At nagdalawang isip doon si Gabieta if he would hand it off or he could kick it out to the corner. Yun ang mahirap pag nagdalawang isip. It can create turnovers. Adamson now with the possession and has a chance to inch their way closer. 4 lamang itong kanilang hinahabol. Mahaba pang ating oras, 3 minutes and change remaining. Cañete kicks it out. Sahili fakes it. Precious Jonah offensive rebound. And he will get the basket to make it just a 2-point game. 56-54. 3 minutes 45 seconds remaining. Kapit po sa ating mga manonood, mga fans ng MCU at mga classmates sa Adamson, Santelices. 3-point shot. Too strong that time. Bolts up to the wrong hand. What a pass inside. Rafael Perhis. Draining that undergo stab to make it a 4-point game. 58-54. 2 minutes 17 seconds remaining. for the quarter. Cañete almost committing the turnover. Adamson making its move. Ooh, what a shot there. Crisel Umali. 58-56. Katubag. Gabiete. Fall away. No go. Cañete grabs the rebound. Sabi niya, sandali lang. Kalma lang mga classmates. 1 minute 40 seconds remaining. Adamson losing the handle. And quick foul. And that would mean a trip to the line for MCU as Adamson is now under the penalty situation. Two free throws for Daniel Santelices, making it a 3-point game. Si Daniel Santelices meron ng 13 puntos dito sa ating laro. 12 of them galing sa 3-point shots. 14 point for Santelices as he drained both free throws. And we have a timeout. Adamson trailing by 4, 60-56. Magbabalik po kami. One minute 37 seconds remaining. MCU Supremos hanging on to a 4-point lead, 60-56 against the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Adamson has possession. 3-point shot on the way, no go. MJ Hawson protecting the rock for MCU, and Rafael Perhis will make sure to make good use of this offensive sequence for Adamson. 9 seconds, rather MCU. Gabieta goes all the way to make it a 6-point lead with 1 minute and change remaining. MCU leading 62-56. Adamson. MCU committing a foul. Pang-apat lamang po na team foul ng Adamson, or rather MCU. Cross-court pass. Precious Jonah, turn around, the hoop and the harm. A chance for a 3-point play for Precious Jonah. Talagang binubuhat sa kanyang mga balikat ang mga classmates ng Adamson Soaring Falcons. Precious Jonah making it, has a chance to make it a 3-point game but misses it. Offensive rebound again taken by Adamson. John Ray Abayon fouled, and he will troop the line again for 2 free throws. Abayon, first free throw is good. 3 puntos na lamang po ito. 59-62. Second free throw good for Abayon. And Coach Ian Racela calls for a conference. Pag-usapan natin ito. Gusto kong umuwi na manalo. 2 puntos po ang tangan-tangan nilang kalamangan. MCU 62, Adamson 60. .4 seconds in the fourth quarter. MCU hanging on the thread with the 2-point lead, 62-60 against Adamson. Nasa kanila po ang possession right now. Perhis inbounding the ball. MJ Hoson, Coach Ian Racela going with his regulars. Hoson against Precious Jonah. Tubag, too strong, but offensive rebound gets gotten by MJ Hoson. 8 seconds remaining, 29 seconds remaining in the game clock. Perhis, 3-point shot, in and out. 21 seconds remaining. And Kenji Cañete misses it. Possible game-tying basket miss by Kenji Cañete. Di nakababa ang depensa doon ng MCU. There's a coaching challenge. Let's see our officials. This decision that is impending with 6.4 remaining, with a challenge by Coach Ian, the review of our officials can prove costly to both sides. A possession by MCU can help them ensure to take home this win, but hindi pa po sarado ang pintuan para sa mga classmates natin ng Adamson University.
Ikaw, kanino bola? Sabihin mo, kanino kaya ang bola?
Let's see. Let's clarify with our officials. Ang tanong, kanino ba ang bola? Diba? Kung sa Adamson, they will have a chance to either tie it or win it. Tie with a 2-point shot, win it by a 3. Para naman sa MCU, may oras pa, 16 seconds remaining, 16.4 to be exact. And they could dribble it out. Both teams nasa penalty situation. And MCU ball.
Ball position.
16.4 remaining. And if MCU could convert in this possession, they could seal the ball game. Foul, Perhis, MCU, Hoson, and that could be it. Jim Katubag converting to make it a 64-60 game with 6.7 seconds remaining. A 4-point lead by MCU Supremos. There's a timeout by Adamson. We will be back. 6.7 seconds remaining, 4-point game. Last hurrah for Adamson. The door still open. John Ray Abayon, inbound pass. 4 seconds, and they threw the ball away, and that would be it. And MCU would take this win, 64-60 against the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Players like Rafael Santelices draining 4 3-point shots. And our best player, MJ Hoson, will be at the sidelines with Cheska Botin. Aside from MJ Hoson, Rafael Perhis also performed well. That last play with Perhis giving JM Katubag that assist to seal the ball game for MCU.
Daddy George Bulusa.
And at the end of our ball game, it's MCU 64, Adamson University 60. MJ Hoson chosen as our best player of the ball game. His veteran smarts really provided a spark here to steady the ship for Coach Ian Racela and the MCU Supremos. Go over the hump against this gritty Adamson Soaring Falcon squad. And MJ Hoson will be interviewed by Cheska Botin. MJ Hoson, best player of the ball game. One of the steady veterans of Coach Ian Racela. And kasama na niya ngayon si Cheska Botin. Cheska, present mo na ang ating best player of the ball game.
And now for the Inasal Republic player of the game, we have here MJ Hoson of MCU with 2 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. So MJ, being the best player of the game, what do you think did you do to bring this win for your team? Ano sa tingin mo yung ginawa mo for your team?
Yun lang, ginaid ko lang yung mga teammate ko na gawin yung gustong pinapagawa ni Coach.
Paano kayo nag-react nung humahabol na yung Adamson para ma-make sure na this win will still be yours?
Yun lang, na relax lang, na takbo lang namin yung ginugusto ni Coach.
And lastly, would you like to thank anyone and give a shout out to?
Una-una, salamat po sa Panginoon at sa mga teammate ko. At sa family ko, kay Mama Arlene, tsaka kay Papa Joel. Tsaka sa girlfriend ko, kay Laika.
Thank you, and that is all for now. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Cheska. Voting together with our best player of the ball game, MJ Hoson. Kung titignan nyo, hindi lang talaga sa stats, hindi lang talaga sa numbers, yung effort, yung pag-i-steady niya ang kanyang team para maidala sa pagkapanalo. Ang talagang tinignan natin dito, no, kundi sa pag-i-steady ni MJ Hoson, his veteran smarts, hindi makakaalpas ng MCU sa Adamson, which they won the ball game 64-60. And hanggang dito na lamang po ang ating coverage for today. And this Saturday, abangan nyo po ang mga games ng Manuel L. Quezon Intercollegiate Basketball Tournament. And hanggang sa Sabado po, sa ngalan ng men and women na bumubuo ng production team ng MLQ-ICBL, this has been Coach Chris King de la Cruz. See you at the venue.